ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. The Tennessee Titans, since week 3, their defense has allowed an average of 15.1 points per game. They are number 1 in rushing EPA and rushing success. They have only allowed 85 rushing yards per game, which is the second fewest in the NFL. They're 6-3. They've won 6 of their last 7 at the time of this recording. They do play the Green Bay Packers later tonight for Thursday Night Football, so stay tuned for a recap. If you guys are watching this and the game has not happened, I will be recapping that game. But to me, so basically I'm a Packers fan, all right? And I've been making Titans videos for the last week. That's it. And Titans fans, first off, you guys are awesome. You guys show so much love. You guys you can tell you care deeply about the team. It seems like a really cool culture. I love Nashville. I love Tennessee. I love visiting it, and it's just a really cool atmosphere. But anyways, Tennessee, they've won 6 of their last 7, okay? And the Titans have been good for a while now, and the statistics I just provided you, like, they kind of, to me, show that this is one of the best defenses in the NFL. Like, they're probably the best defense in the NFL. They had 40 pressures last week against Denver. They had 6 sacks. And they were missing a ton of names. We'll talk about even more names that they're missing later tonight, but it's just crazy because I can't find anything on Tennessee, and I know, like, all the comments, it's like, you know, we kind of like it, right? You know, flying below the radar, you know, getting a little disrespected, getting a little, just no love, not really getting any love. And it is kind of cool. You know, it puts a chip on your shoulder, like, we don't really need it. We're just going to go out there, we're going to do our job, we're going to support our football team. Like, it is what it is. Like, I kind of like being the underdog. And I think it's really fascinating because, like I said, they won 6 of their last 7. They almost took down the Kansas City Chiefs with their backup quarterback. They went to overtime with their backup QB. So, you know, I'm looking at videos, and they're playing the Green Bay Packers. I know Green Bay right now, we're not the same Packers team that we've been in the last decade or so, but it's getting a little bit better. But anyways, like, they're playing a primetime game. I'm trying to find videos. You know, I'm trying to find articles. You know, I'm trying to find anything. ESPN, The Athletic, Bleacher Report, whatever it is. You have to, like, really go out of your way to find Titans content. You really have to go out of your way, and it's just kind of crazy to me because regardless, win or lose tonight, if they win, they're 7-3. Let's be real here, the division's there, all right? If they win, they're 7-3, which is actually huge because home field advantage in the playoffs it's a difference maker. It's a complete game changer for any team, but Tennessee, especially with that defense, that running attack, we talked about it a couple of days ago, which, by the way, if you want more Titans content, we'll be covering them for the rest of the season, so hit that like button, hit that sub button, show some love down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Titans. But, you know, we talked about how the run game is portable, right? It's November 17th. Now, I live here in South Florida right now, so it's really nice out, but it's cold everywhere in the country. It's snowing everywhere in the country. It makes it hard to throw the football. So we hear teams, you know, oh, I think Tua and Miami's a big-time threat. Well, if Tennessee has home field, or even Buffalo or Kansas City, and you're playing a team like Miami, they're not accustomed to it. They're just not acclimated to it. And when you have Derrick Henry, the best running back in the NFL, the best running back, he's definitely having the best rushing attack of the season in the NFL right now. When you have Derrick Henry, when you have Ryan Tannehill, who is just, like, game manager, I think, is a little, it's not the word I'm looking for. He's, like, more than serviceable. That's still not really the word I'm looking for, but he's, like, more than serviceable. He can get the job done. He can make the throws when he needs to make the throws, as we saw last week against Denver when Derrick Henry and the Titans offense, they were not really able to run the ball. They were still able to run the ball, but they weren't, like, crazy able to run the football against Denver's also very elite defense. Now, you got to keep in mind, man, they're not fully healthy. They're missing a couple of guys on the line. They're missing a couple guys on the defensive line. They're missing some secondary pieces. That's really my main thing with Tennessee right now. Like I said, win or lose against Green Bay tonight is, you know, I know what Derrick Henry can do. I know what Tannehill can do. But I want to see certain players on their offense. How do I phrase this? I basically want health, and I want certain players to continue to build rapport and to continue to build chemistry with Tannehill now that he's back, now that he is healthy. You can start throwing the football a little bit more, right? With Malik, it was, I forget the statistic, they had like 80 rushing yards or something like that. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it up right away, but like 80 rushing yard or receiving yards against Kansas City or what have you, and they still took them to overtime and almost beat them. So it's crazy, but now to me it's just getting healthy, staying healthy, and building that rapport on the offensive end, because Derrick Henry's going to do his thing, right? And the defense is going to do its thing. And what we saw last week from the offense, if you can continue doing that, building that up into the playoffs, it should be more than enough. Like, you know, defense is just insane, man. Last week was Derrick Henry's first outing that he didn't have 100-yard total yards on the day. He only rushed for 53 yards against Denver. Green Bay's rush defense it's interesting because it's good and bad. I think their rushing yards allowed is ranked 26th, but they're also like the 12th best. It's weird. I don't view Green Bay's defense as elite by any facet. So unfortunately, like I said, I'm a Packers fan. I think, like, my bias is coming out here. I think the Packers are going to win tonight's game. Let me know when I'm wrong. It's purely biased. If we look at it on paper, Tennessee's winning. Tennessee's winning. The Packers season's dysfunctional, blah, blah, blah. But Tennessee's defense is better than Green Bay's defense. Their running attack is better than Green Bay's attack. And they're not dysfunctional, right? Mike Vrabel has done a phenomenal job since he's gotten there in general. But this season specifically, they look poised. They look well prepped. It's going to be interesting, though, because it's a short week. You don't really practice on short weeks. Teams flew in yesterday, so no practice on Wednesday. You know, both teams dealing with injuries. It's going to be interesting. And so to me, if Tennessee can come along with the victory tonight against Green Bay on the road, regardless of how Green Bay is looking or how their season has been going, is a huge win. Playing in Lambeau Field in November, December, and then just in general, it's a very difficult thing to do. No matter how Green Bay is playing, no matter who Green Bay has, going to Lambeau Field is the frozen tundra. It's very difficult. So, I think the winner probably wins by a field goal here. And like I said, this is definitely not financial advice. I probably won't even say it then. Tennessee probably wins by like a field goal. You know, it's going to be a low-scoring game, and I think whoever really limits the turnovers, which is why I'm more so leaning towards the more comfortable-looking team in Tennessee for winning this football game. But it just essentially tonight for me is going to tell me a lot about, I guess, both teams really. But you know, I'm leaning a little bit more towards Tennessee if we're being realistic here. So stay tuned for a recap video if you guys are a Titans fan. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know some game predictions if you catch this video before the game is off. But yeah, just a phenomenal defense. They're well coached. They have enough on offense, especially with Derrick Henry. They have perfectly enough on offense. They've got a great defense. They're well coached. You have plenty, and it's crazy to see the disrespect that they're getting. But it's all good, man. It's all love. So if you want more Titans content, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys later.